Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. A big thank you to Zoyg for sponsoring this video. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 9th of July up until the 15th to see whether anything that's coming in this week is worth your time or money. So which games are coming out for the Switch this week? Well, let's find out. We'll begin by looking at something from the sponsors of today's video, Zoyg, and their game The Gods Fabled Soil Frontier, which is currently on Kickstarter, initially targeting a PC release but with a stretch goal to bring it to consoles, including the Nintendo Switch. The Gods Fabled Soil Frontier is an open world fantasy farming experience where you'll need to sow life back into the land. You venture to the long abandoned Palito town where neglected farmlands, empty streets, rundown buildings, vast landscapes and a great deal of mystery call out to you. You hope to restore the town to its former glory, and as your farm begins to prosper, you'll be able to offer residents to an abundance of unique characters seeking a fresh start for themselves. Aside from this though, you can also take a break from tending the fields to explore the open world, discovering secrets and solving mysteries along the way. Farm life sims are definitely a favourite genre of mine, and this one sounds like it has some town management aspects to it too, and there is mention in the comment section of the Kickstarter page of marriage, livestock, produce making machines and combat in dungeons. As I make this, there are 17 days of the campaign to go and about 50% of the main goal raised, and by the time you are watching this video there will be about 14 days left. There will be links in the description and the top pinned comment if you would like any more information or would like to pledge towards the campaign. We wish you all the very best with the rest of the campaign and hope to be reviewing it someday here on the channel. Let's move on to the games coming out this week, and the first is Gangsta Magic. This calls itself an action adventure game and you play as a gangster magician, as the title would imply, and possess several abilities such as flying, dashing, freezing and electric shock. In addition to this, the blurb states that you can also move some objects with your mind to solve some of the puzzles found in levels. I must say that the main character's hair looks a little ropey. I've always wondered why devs do insist on giving their characters long hair if they struggle to animate it, unless of course it was made by Rob Zombie, which would explain it completely. Anyway, it's going to cost £17.99 and it comes out on the 9th. Then we have F.I.S.T. Forged in Shadow Torch, which is out on the 11th. This tells the story of a resistance fighter named Rayton the Rabbit who uses his giant metal fist against those oppressing him. It promises more than a dozen areas to explore with countless hidden rooms, secret passages and shortcuts to find, with combat, puzzle solving and platforming the name of the game. The aesthetic used is called diesel punk, which was inspired by combustion engines blended with an eastern cityscape according to the blurb. It uses the Unreal 4 engine, which does have a spotted history on the Switch, but we'll see how it fares when it releases next week. It will cost you £26.99, but there is 10% off of that price up until launch. Then we have Time on Frog Island, which is published by Merge Games. This is a sandbox style game set on a strange island after your character is shipwrecked there. After a storm ravages the seas around you and casts your vessel into the rocks of a nearby island, you awake to find that your ship is in pieces and that the island is inhabited by frogs. You'll need to find materials to fix your ship and get to know the frog locals who can help you to fix it up. You may well need to complete trades to get some of the items you need, or repay favours and help around the island, and it sounds quite like another game that was published by Merge called Stranded Sails. It certainly has a charm to it in regards to its visuals, and it will cost £19.99 or your regional equivalent, although you can get 20% off of this price up until the 25th of July. Another of this week's releases is Krut the Mythic Wings. This is a hack and slash side-scrolling action platformer which is actually based on a 2018 CG animated movie from Thailand called Krut the Himathan Warriors. You need to take on 6 stages with special moves at your disposal to take on the enemies, and there are 3 difficulty levels to choose from. I must say that the trailer certainly makes a good first impression, and it's selling for a decent price of just £5.99. It's out on the 12th for those who are interested. Also this week we have Table of Tales: The Crooked Crown, which describes itself as a tabletop role-playing game brought to life. It features a narrative-driven campaign with a fully voiced dungeon master by way of a talking bird called Arbitrix, 24 encounters to make your way through, tactical turn-based combat, and encounters that feature dice, cards, skill checks, and over 40 different types of enemy. Characters also each have their own skills and abilities. I do like seeing video game versions of tabletop games, especially when they almost show the transition of the story becoming real, the part that your imagination would have had to have done back in the day. It's a nice way to use the medium of video games to update a beloved pastime to a modern audience. Anyway, this one will cost £15.49 or your regional equivalent, but it does have 10% off of that price up until launch.
Gods and scoundrels. This is my Table of Tales. Let's play.
Next is Super UFO Fighter, which looks to be a competitive battle game where you must search stages for a target item and acquire it before your opponent. It says that there are a number of stage gimmicks that you can use to your advantage, or you can use your beam ability to intercept, throw or attack your opponent. It's playable in solo mode, locally or online, and there is a training mode where you can hone your skills. It will sell for £9.29 or your regional equivalent, but again there is a pre-order discount up until launch of 20% off. Coming on the 14th is Growbot, which is a point and click adventure about a robot saving her home. It's set on a space station with a biopunk theme and is inspired by old school games such as Loom, as well as newer games in the genre such as Machinarium. It has a lovely storybook look to it, very charming visuals indeed, so hopefully it will get those point and click mechanics just right. It will cost you £15.49. Also this week we have Zell, if I'm pronouncing that right, which is a 3D action adventure set in a sci-fi fantasy world. You play as Reed, who is shipwrecked on the strange world of Zell without any recollection of her former life. You'll need to ready your sword and shield as you explore this new world, traversing through dungeons, taking on threats and solving puzzles. The blurb goes on to explain that you must help Reed solve the mystery of who she is, attempt time-solving puzzles, make use of your gadgets, hack and slash your way through robot minions and the exotic wildlife of Zell, whilst upgrading your weapons and abilities to progress further into the planet. All sounds very interesting, I must say, and I do like that top-down view. It will cost you £17.09 or your regional equivalent. The penultimate game for the week is Pascal's Wager Definitive Edition. This is an ARPG set in a world of dark fantasy. You need to master 5 unique characters, each with their own distinctive combat style, and there will be various enemies and bosses along the way to test your might. You'll be exploring handcrafted locales according to the blurb, with secrets, mysteries and stories to uncover. It's going to cost £17.99, although it is once again another game with a pre-launch discount of 10%. And finally for the week we have DC League of Super Pets: The Adventures of Krypto and Ace. This is based on an upcoming movie. I saw the trailer for it actually the other day when I took my daughter to the cinema to see the Minions movie. You play as Super Pets Krypto and Ace, soaring through the skies of Metropolis in a pet rescue adventure. You'll need to take on the Lex bots patrolling the streets, switching between each hero and gaining power-ups along the way. You can also rehome the stray animals that you save through the adoption centre to get rewards. This is published by Outright Games, who seem to have acquired the rights to pretty much every children's licensed property in existence over the last few years for video game production, and their releases certainly fluctuate in terms of quality. We'll see how this one turns out next week when it releases on the 15th. So there you have it, another week of Nintendo Switch releases. Do any of these games interest you at all? Are you going to pick any of them up? Please do let us know in the comment section below. Another big thank you to Zoyg for sponsoring this video. If you are interested at all in their Kickstarter campaign for their game The Gods Fabled Soil Frontier, as I said, there is a stretch goal there for a Switch release. Do make your way over and have a look if it interests you at all. Don't forget, if you are looking for eShop credit, you can get your eShop cards from our website, switchup.gg. We have managed to secure another 10% off for the month of July, so you can save yourself a bit of money and obviously help the channel out at the same time. There's also a link down there to Play Asia, which we've managed to secure again for the foreseeable future. If you are looking to import any games, you can use the link down there and the code stated, and you can get yourself 5% off of an order. A quick thank you to our patrons as always for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.